What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2015 movie Furious 7. So this is the last movie with Paul Walker, and in this movie Brian and Dom and the team are having to face off against Deckard Shaw, who is the brother of Owen Shaw from the 6th movie, and he puts Luke Hobbs in the hospital, and so the team is trying to find a way to stop him and stuff because he's wanting revenge for the stuff that happened to his brother in the previous movie. I really like this one quite a bit. It's a really good movie and everything. I don't think it was quite as good as Fast and Furious 6, but I think it's still a really decent movie. The skydiving cars scene is just awesome and stuff, and it's really hilarious and stuff with Tyrese, him not wanting to go out and being scared and all that, and then they make him go out and stuff. It's just really hilarious, and Tyrese Gibson gives a really funny performance during that scene and everything. I would have been just like him though. I'd been like, I thought I could do it but I can't and all that, and I would have been really mad when they made me do it too. But that scene was great, and then you got the big chase scene that happens afterwards when Brian rescues Ramsey and stuff. That's a really fun scene and everything, and then the scene with the 3 towers and stuff is really fun, and you get that big cat fight between Ronda Rousey's character and Letty, which was really fun to watch and everything, and there are just a lot of really fun moments in this movie, and then it gets to the climax, and I feel like the last act of the movie is kind of disappointing. Like they tried to go for over the top and stuff, but they just couldn't top themselves with this one. It wasn't near as exciting and stuff as the way the last movie ended and stuff with the big plane and all that. That was going to be hard to top though. But it had some fun moments where, like, The Rock and Jimon Hunsu are shooting at each other and everything, and Jimon Hunsu's in the helicopter, and Vin Diesel has to drive his car up to try to throw some grenades in it, and it's a fun scene and everything, but it just wasn't as entertaining as the previous one. And then of course you get the fake out death with Dom again, like they did in the last movie. He has a fake out death where you think he's dead and stuff, and this time he actually really legit looked like he was dead and everything. And then, but you knew exactly what was going to happen as soon as Letty started talking to him and all that. He was going to still be alive and everything. She miraculously gets her memory back and stuff at that moment and everything. And this movie has a lot of stuff that you can see where this where things are going to go as the movie progresses and stuff. Like, it was pretty obvious how a lot of things were going to turn out with a lot of these characters' arcs and stuff. But I did like what they did with Brian though, like, because this is the last movie that Paul Walker was in and everything, and he only filmed part of it before he died, so they had to have his brothers come in and be the stand-ins, and they use CGI on their faces to make them look like him and stuff, and I think they did a really excellent job. I honestly, for the most part, can't really tell which scenes are CGI and stuff. Like, they did a legit great job on that, especially in the very last scene of the movie when you know it's going to be CGI, because it's just like their tribute scene to him and stuff, and they did a really great job on it. It still looks really well done and stuff, even 7 years later. So I will admit this is like one of the best uses of that kind of CGI, where they de-age someone or put someone else's face on someone, like they did it with Rogue One and stuff, and it looked absolutely horrible in that movie, but somehow they did it great in this. And maybe it's because James Wan is really good with special effects, because look at the movie Aquaman. He was amazing on that, and I think his directing is great in this movie. It was really welcomed and refreshing for the franchise to have a new director come in, and I thought he did a really great job with that. But and the stunts and stuff look really good because he used as little CGI on the stunts as he could and everything. I thought that was really good as well, and everything, especially the skydiving scene. From what I understand, he used as much practical as he could on it and everything, and it just looks really good. Now I think Ramsey is a really good character. She's a really welcome addition to the team, and the actress that plays her is really likable, and she does a really good job. I think she was on Game of Thrones, I think is what I might have seen her on before, but she was really good in here. And I think she's in Fate of the Furious, if I remember right. Like I said, I've only seen most of these movies once, but this one is still really good. And that last 5 minutes, so when they do the tribute to Paul Walker, it's just really well done and really great tribute to him and everything. I think, like, with big franchises that have had actors die and stuff, I think this is probably the best tribute I've seen to an actor in a movie in a long time. Like Marvel didn't really do a very good job at doing tributes to Stan Lee, and it's hard to tell if they will with Chadwick Boseman yet, but I was also really underwhelmed with the little tribute stuff that they did with Carrie Fisher on The Last Jedi. I felt like they could have done something a lot better to pay tribute to her and stuff, but this movie did a really great job paying respect to Paul Walker and everything, and they continue it in the next movies too, which I think is really cool and everything, because he is a huge part of why this franchise has been so successful and stuff. I mean, he may not have been like the best actor in the world, but he was perfect for the role of Ryan O'Connor, and yeah, I thought that he was great in this movie. I think he's good in all of the Fast movies and everything. It's just a role that suits him, his type of acting and everything, and all of these characters are great. I also felt like Han's death actually hit well too, and they did a really good job with that, but it was overshadowed by Paul Walker's death. That everybody knew when this movie came out that even though Han was going to be gone, Paul Walker's gone for good and stuff, and there was no way to bring him back, so they had to find a way to pay tribute to him and do the little tribute to Han as a character and stuff too. I thought they balanced that out really well in the first and third acts of the movie, and it was really cool to see Lucas Black back as Sean and everything, although now he's a 50-year-old teenager, which actually I don't know if he's actually 50 years old. I think he's actually only in his 40s, but he looks like a 50-year-old trying to play a teenager and stuff. It's kind of amusing. I'm glad he was only in the one scene, but I've heard that he's going to be back in the next one, so I'm kind of curious to see how they do that, because if these movies are just set right after the events of Tokyo Drift, how in the world are they going to make, unless they use the CGI to make him look young and everything. If they do, hopefully they'll be able to do it where it looks good. Maybe they could actually make him look like a teenager, but it wouldn't make any sense to. They need to at least have him looking like he did in Tokyo Drift, but I haven't seen Lucas Black in a long time, so maybe he hasn't aged a whole lot, but yeah, so but yeah, I really enjoyed Furious 7. I think it's a really good entry in the franchise. It's one of my favorites. I don't know how high I'd put it yet though, but I know it is one of my favorites, so but it's definitely not quite as good as 6 for sure, but it is really entertaining, so I'd say I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Everything, it's just a lot of dumb fun and everything. So let me know in the comments what you think of Furious 7, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.